The Chinese government has mandated that every student in China, even 6-year-olds at elementary school, get at least 8 hours training in AI each school year. Here to talk about this is Peter Griffin with the Business of Tech. Thanks to our partners, Noel Leeming. Good morning, Peter.
Morning, Garth.
So tell me about this. 8 hours a year doesn't sound that much at first, but it's probably more than we're getting at school unless you're cheating and using ChatGPT for your assignments.
Yeah, well, there's lots of kids who are doing that. But look, China has laid out a vision to be the primary producer of artificial intelligence, the best, the biggest, the most superior by 2030. And that's to challenge the US dominance in AI currently. And it wants to add $1 trillion to the economy by that time with AI. And it wants to be completely independent. It doesn't have to rely on anyone else for computer chips or for the software or for the AI expertise to create AI. So what they've done, the Ministry of Education has issued this mandate, 8 hours minimum of AI training, starting with 6-year-olds in elementary school. They'll learn the basic principles of it, how to responsibly use AI chatbots, for instance. In the 3rd and 4th grades, they'll create AI tools themselves. At middle school, entire AI workflows. And then in high school, they'll create and design their own AI systems and develop intelligent agents. Now, the ministry hasn't said exactly how they need to do this across the school year. They could do it in 1 week, for instance, 8 hours of training, or they can sprinkle it across the entire year. They're leaving it up to schools, but they have to do 8 hours. And some schools are already exceeding that. Hangzhou, the capital city of the Chinese province of Zhejiang, they're already doing 10 hours. They're mandating a year. And that is the home to big AI companies like DeepSeek, which created a large language model earlier in the year, which really took on OpenAI and the American giants.
Yeah, gave them a real fright there for a minute, didn't it? That they had something coming out of the blocks that was going to rival what they've managed to accomplish with OpenAI. I mean, is this something that we should be looking at seriously here, do you think?
Absolutely. Like a lot of American tech leaders are looking to President Trump and saying, we need something like this here if we're going to get that skills pipeline in AI. It's very fragmented across the US. Every states decide how they teach sort of STEM, science, tech, engineering, and mathematics. And we do the same in New Zealand. There's a lot of STEM in our curriculum. But of course, we've got NCEA being thrown out and reinvented with something new. And there is a lot of concern here that STEM subjects are going to be thrown by the wayside in favor of a stronger focus on foundational literacy, numeracy, and more structured vocational pathways. So people are worried about that. STEM funding has been cut for a lot of initiatives. AI is probably in the mix, but not officially, and definitely not as a mandate from the government at this point.
Yeah, mind you, we're hearing from the PM, I don't know if you just caught that before, the news that Amazon Web Services is putting a huge investment into data centres and that kind of connectivity here. I think they're talking about $7.5 billion in a program that's going to be we'll get some more detail on that later in the day. Are we in the race now?
We are. This was announced in 2022, $7.5 billion investment over 15 years. So that's the actual construction of data centers with their partners in New Zealand. It's training people. They've trained 50,000 people in cloud skills already. So look, this is really good. We saw Microsoft build their own data centers here. So to have Amazon in the picture is great. We need this modern infrastructure right here on our doorstep. I guess, it was decided to make that investment in better economic times. So it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of years, how successful and how much uptake of those data center services there are. But it will all be about artificial intelligence. And these data centers will have the chips in them eventually that will power the next generation of AI and hopefully allow our own companies to build world-class AI applications as well.
We'll be looking forward to hearing all about it on your Business of Tech podcast there. Thanks very much, Peter Griffin, and thank you to our partners, Noel Leeming, for making it possible.